Did you ever wonder how some people are successful writing an offer on the first home they find, and some with as little as 3% down, and still others will win in a multiple offer situation and not even be the highest price offered? In today's video, we'll answer those questions and more. But before we get started, I want to thank everybody who's joined the channel. It really means a lot. So continue to subscribe to the channel for more videos on real estate. Leave your comments below on topics you'd like me to discuss and your experience on trying to buy a home. Like the video, whack that bell, because here we go. Why is buying a home so complicated? So stressful and so frustrating? It doesn't have to be. It's all about what you know and how you approach it. It's also about education, information, and having a plan. So before we talk about the things that you should do, let's talk about a few of the things that you should not do. The first thing that you shouldn't do is simply choose a lender by the best interest rate promised. Nor should you even really worry about how much home you qualify for yet, because choosing the wrong lender is a recipe for disaster. Similarly, don't just start working with a realtor who's referred to you by a friend or family member, or that you met at an open house, assuming that all realtors are the same, because they're not. The right buyer's agent is worth his or her weight in gold and can be the sole difference in you getting your home or not. And the last thing is, try and tune out the background noise. That's what I call friends and family trying to help. They mean well, but their situation is unique to them and your situation is unique to you. Okay, we've talked about what you shouldn't do. Let's talk about what you should do. The first step before you start looking for a realtor and before you start looking for a lender is figure out where you're comfortable on your monthly payment, to the dollar. Remember, you have a tax benefit of approximately $1,000 a month in the home that you're going to buy. So if your mortgage payment that you're comfortable with is, let's say, $7,000 a month, it's really $6,000 a month. So are you comfortable with $6,000 a month? If the answer is yes, the next step is, how much money are you willing to put down? Because the monthly payment and your down payment equal your purchase power to the penny. That way you know exactly how much house you're looking for. Now, every house that I see, I'm going to be comfortable with because it's in my comfort zone. So I haven't overextended myself or looked at properties that are tough for me to accomplish. So I expect that the seller will negotiate with me because it's not in my comfort zone. But that may or may not happen. So I'm much better off looking at homes that I'm comfortable with based on the math. Next, figure out what items or features a house must have or you don't want to see it. For example, if you have to have a pool, and I mean have to, it's a deal breaker, then any house that doesn't have a pool you don't need to see. Or if you have to have a remodeled kitchen because you don't want to remodel it, then any house that doesn't have a remodeled kitchen you don't need to see. It's a complete and utter waste of time. It helps you narrow down what you're looking for, and it improves your scope and your lens, and it makes the process much easier. So now that you know what features the house has to have and what your purchase power is, where does that house live? Because based on that price and those features, there's only certain locations that support that home. And once you've done all this, now you're good to go. So now it's time to look for a real estate professional. And my advice is you should interview 2 or 3 people before making a decision on which realtor best represents you. People interview listing agents all the time. But with a buyer's agent, most people will work with the first person they meet in an open house or someone that's referred by a friend or family without ever thinking about what this person brings to the table. You'd idealistically like to find somebody who's willing to spend the time to educate you to the entire process prior to looking for a home. But since that almost doesn't exist, here's some great tips. First thing you'd like to know is how many other buyers are they currently working with? Because buyer's representation is an art, and it's very complicated. And idealistically, you want to feel as if you're their only client. They should be working with no more than 2 other clients other than yourself. Because at the end of the day, they need to be communicative, responsive, and be able to help and guide you so that you can get through the process easily. Number 2, how well do they actually understand loans and the loan process so that they can guide you and walk you through the process so that you don't have surprises and that you feel empowered and educated? Number 3, can they give you referrals? People they've actually helped get a home so that you can call, email, or text them and find out how the experience was. How was the process? How communicative were they? How well did they guide them through the process? Most importantly, how many times did it take writing offers for them to actually achieve their goal? Because if it's a lot, that's not the person you want to work with. Yelp is a great way to see what past clients have said about the realtor you're about to hire and to gain some insight into this person you're about to start working with. And if the person doesn't have any Yelp reviews, how many people could they have actually helped get a house? And finally, do you get the feeling that this person is honest and has integrity and knowledge? Because the right buyer's agent will save you so much time and frustration. And they could save you tens of thousands of dollars, but most importantly, they'll help you get the home you actually want instead of the one you're going to settle for. So in conclusion, if you want the process to be simple, like anything else, you have to have a plan. And there's some things you should do prior to even starting the process, before you even start looking for a home, looking for a realtor, or looking for a lender. Figure out where you're comfortable on your monthly payment, because that will make your life simple. Figure out what the house must have or you don't want to see it, and choose the right representative to help you find that home and write the offer and help you achieve your goal. Well, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to the channel for more videos on real estate. Leave a comment below about topics you'd like me to discuss or your experience with buying a home. Like the video, whack that bell, and we'll see you next time.